What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Straight Facts Unmatched Experience. I'm your host, Straight Facts Unmatched, and I'm back with another video. So I just want to say I hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing great. I hope you all had a blessed week, and I hope you guys have a good week coming up. I wanted to go here and talk about this live. Now, I know y'all seen that live that Jasmine did. She did a live on YouTube, and then she did a continuance on Facebook or whatever, and it has touchdown on YouTube. Okay, so let's talk about it. So she gets on live per usual. You know, her kids are always hungry. Let her tell it. They woke up late. But instead of her getting up, fixing her kids something to eat and make sure they were fed before she hit the live button, she hit the live button instead and had her children locked up in a room where there were flashing lights blinking on and off. You know what, Jasmine? How about you go sit off in that room with those lights blinking and flashing for 24 hours? How about you go sit up there with the door closed and not be able to come out? You know what I'm saying? Like, the stuff that you do on camera is intentionally. It's purpose. It's on purpose at this point because you feel like nothing can be done to you. Nothing is going to be done to you, and that you can continue to keep doing what you're doing as far as like having your kids locked up in the room. When you tell them to go play, they should be able to run around and be kids. They shouldn't have to be locked up in no room until you get through doing what you're doing, because if you would have fed them before you got on live, that wouldn't have been an issue. Anytime that Aiden came anywhere near you, said he's getting on your nerves. He's getting on your nerves because you don't understand him, and you have never taken the time out to understand him and understand his feelings and his emotion and his emotional problems. You have never taken the time out to get to know your son. That's why he gets on your nerves. Because other than that, he's just being a kid. And if he's hungry, he's hungry. That means you're supposed to feed him. He shouldn't have to wait for you to get through talking to Facebook Live or YouTube Live for him to eat no food. That's top priority. When you get up in the morning, you know your children up and they woke up late, or you woke up late, so you say, even though y'all been up that whole entire time, you just didn't get up and fix them no food. You just hit that live button because you didn't have nothing else better to do. And it was evident that your boyfriend that's never there was not there, because he couldn't have been at home asleep while y'all was making all of that noise. Remember, he's supposed to be sleeping throughout the day because he goes to work at night, but then he goes to work during the day, and he can't help you with the twins or things of that nature because he's sleeping or he's at work. Like when you took your mama to that procedure. So if he was at home and he done told you, as you told us, if you need some help during the day because you have to do this, that, and the third, he's going to get up and help you. Well, how come he wasn't there to help you then? The lies that you tell are dumb. You just need to stop lying, or just don't say nothing. Nobody asked you about him, so therefore, why do you feel like you have to elaborate on him? We already know he's not there. We already know that you're a single parent with 5 kids, period. But for you to look at your kids with disgust, but you have the nerve to be talking about your heart goes out to the parents that lost their children off in that shooting off in Texas, you can miss me. Because, see, those parents are not able to see their children anymore. Their children are gone. Yours is alive and breathing. And they can't even come nowhere near you without you frowning your face up or flaring your nostrils up at them. Go over there. Go play. I'm cooking. I'm on live. Go back in the room, screaming at them, yelling at them. Do you know that those parents that you said that your heart goes out to, do you wish that they would be able to see, they wish they would be able to see their children, feed their children, love and hug on their children? Since you wanted to make that live about that. Just like you got on here and made that whole short talking about me and my kids are safe. I just wanted to let you guys know that. Of course you and your kids were safe because it happened 3 hours away from you. So instead of you just getting on here, writing a community post, just saying, you know, my heart goes out to the people that lost their children, or the teachers that lost, you know, their lives, often, you know, whatever that place is in Texas, Uvalde or whatever, Texas. No, you wanted to get on here and put on the whole show. Oh, my kids are safe. Me and my kids are safe. Thank you guys for asking. Well, you're not even in the same. You're not in the same city where where that took place. So therefore, I don't know why you had to get on here and put it on thick. But then again, we know how you do. You want sympathy from any way that you can. You want to make everything about you when it's not about you at all. Period. You should have gotten up off your lazy ass and fixed your kids something to eat before you got on live. That's just a logical thing to do. So then you wouldn't have to worry about them running in and out of the kitchen, disturbing you while you on live, talking about absolutely nothing but dry bagging for bouncers, tripods, strollers, and whatever else, helmets, you name it, because you're a piss poor mother, period. I don't know why it took you 30 minutes to make some pancakes for those kids. It's not like you was making pancakes, eggs, bacon, sausage, toast, oatmeal, rice, biscuits. You was just making some pancakes. Don't you have a griddle? So you mean to tell me you couldn't make more than one pancake at one time? That you have to concentrate on making a pancake? Because if so, then that means that you didn't need to be online trying to talk about what you were talking about. You should have been feeding your kids first. That should have been top priority, especially if y'all woke up late and you woke up late, let you tell it. And the only reason why Legendary sleeps so much is because you be giving him all that melatonin. Let's just be very clear. Because if he's sleeping for 10 hours or more, then yeah, you ain't waking him up. You just allowing him to sleep because you don't want to be bothered. Because you're too busy on your phone like you said you wanted to be. I just want to lay on my phone all day and not do anything. I don't want to have to hold a baby. I don't have to tend to no twins or anything like that. Well, bitch, you need to stop having kids, don't you think? No, you don't think. That's why you're in the predicament you're in right now. Being a single mother with a man in your house. Not helping you do not a damn thing. Nothing. Nothing. You over there mimicking depression and you're up and down when you feel like you want to be up and down. You use that to your advantage and use that towards your subscribers because they're dumb. They're stupid. They're enablers. They enable your behavior. I bet they didn't tell you that you should have cooked before you got on live, so then that way you wouldn't have to worry about your kids running in and out, you getting frustrated and getting upset and getting irritated at them because they're being kids. They want to be free. If they just woke up, then they want to run around and be free. Why are you keeping them locked up in a room where there's flashing, blinking lights all day, every day? And not to mention, Kaylin going to go hold the door to keep them off in there. No, there's no telling what you were saying when you kept muting that button, muting the live, and when you were covering up the phone and all of that type of shit. There's no telling what you was doing or what you was saying to them. You putting your 6-year-old in charge of your 4-year-olds as if like she's not a child herself. They all need to be watched. And it shouldn't be up to your 6-year-old to watch her 4-year-old siblings because she's not old enough to watch them. Now, what if something would have happened to them while she was off in there with them? You would have blamed Amaya for it as if like she's a grown adult or she's a teenage child or something. While your 9-year-old is sitting there on the couch with your baby boy, you have your 3 little ones locked off in the room and you don't want them to come out until you get through doing your live or until you get through cooking. It took you 30 minutes to cook some pancakes. And you probably didn't even cook 10 pancakes. Talking about they ate 4 pancakes apiece, you a 4 pancake apiece lie. And you know you a lie. You lie too much. Tell the truth some damn time. You say you transparent. You think getting on here with that bonnet and that gown is being transparent. That's transparency, right? You get on here looking unkept, looking like a whole burly beast is transparency, right? I guess you not feeding your kids is transparency too, because if they're hungry, you should feed them before you hit a live button, before you do anything. You talking about this is your job? No, your job is to make sure you're a mother to your children. That's what your job is. Your job is to make sure that you meet their special needs if they have some and see to it that they get the help that they need. That's your job. That's what you're supposed to do. You talking about teaching your kids what to do when a drill comes? That's what the school does. That's what drills are for at school. When certain things happen, they have weather drills. They have all types of drills that they do at school to teach the kids what to do just in case something like this was to occur. You don't need to be trying to give no pointers on that. Instead, you need to be trying to go find places to where you can take your kids so that they'll be able to thrive, like therapy, all of them. That's what you need to be doing. You need to be sitting down with your kids and teaching them how to express themselves properly. So then that way we will be able to understand your 9-year-old and your 6-year-old because they sound like they're 3 or 4 years old. They can't express themselves properly. That's what you need to be doing. And you want to sit here talking about Chris paid $455 for the first appointment for your son, for y'all's son. Good for him. He's supposed to. You want a cookie for the shit or something? Because I don't applaud people for doing what they're supposed to do. I'm not going to applaud you for being a mother to your children because you're supposed to be a mother to your children. I'm not going to applaud him for paying that money because that's his son. He should. Period. And for you to say you don't feel like he should have to be obligated, if you could have helped him, you would have, or why didn't you? You just got paid on the 21st. And he has all of these jobs. He's working 24 hours a day. So therefore, that helmet cost or whatever shouldn't be a problem. Let you tell that you don't receive medication. Since that's the narrative that you want to push and that he has Legendary under his insurance, girl, bye. Because everybody knows how insurance works, and girl, insurance is high. So that means if he got insurance on himself, so he got insurance on himself, Legendary, his boys, oh yeah, and his daughter too that he never sees. Is that what you're trying to tell me? So that means that he's making how much on his check? Because, you know, insurance takes out of your check, every paycheck. So you mean to tell he's making enough money to get insurance taken out of his check, and he's also got enough money to pay for $455 every week or whatever, however often that baby got to go? You full of shit. You are. Because if that was the case, then you wouldn't be over here dry begging for no tripod, for no bouncer, for no stroller. And you wouldn't be talking about the cost of no helmet and how much the insurance is not going to cover it. Because even if the insurance is not going to cover it, whether you receive Medicaid or not, or whatever the case may be, then that means that you, as the mother, and him as the father, is supposed to see to it that your child get exactly what he needs, so that he does not be further delayed like he is right now. You talking about that his weight is going to cause him not to walk on time? No, his delays is what's gonna cause him not to walk on time. Let's just be very clear. And his delays come from him having that flat head because you was not attending to him like you were supposed to, because you were too busy trying to track his father down, because you never know where he is from time to time, because he's always lying, telling you that he's at work when you know good and damn well he's not at work. He's putting in work somewhere else with another woman, and probably her kids too, while you at home struggling with the 5 that you got, including with his son. You have other children. Legendary is his son. So if he has the means to pay for whatever it is that needs to be paid for, then you see to it that he does that shit. I don't understand why you feel like that he shouldn't do what he's supposed to do, or he should get a pat on the back or get a cookie or some shit because he's been a father to his kid. It's your fault that your son is going through this. It's because of your negligence. It's because of your neglect. For you not making sure that he had enough tummy time. That's the reason why he's going through that. And let me tell you something, bitch, how you was doing that boy's head, pushing his head from side to side, forcing it to go as if like you've been doing those exercises. You ain't been doing those damn exercises. And that's why that doctor told you that his neck was tight and that he was going to have physical therapy. You know exactly what you have not been doing. So don't act like you've been doing that shit. Then you want to get over here and forcefully turn his head left and right, right and left, knowing good damn well that probably put strain on his neck. But you want somebody to applaud you for doing what you're supposed to do, and you want somebody to applaud him for doing what he's supposed to do as a father. Girl, ain't nobody finna applaud neither one of y'all for doing below the bare minimum for those children, for those kids. Period. You done lost your mind. You did nothing for me. I'm not finna tell you that you're doing good because you finally decided to go do right by your children, because it was on this last leg as far as your son really needed some medical attention. Like, yeah, that surgery that you was talking about. The way you going about it, you are not going to do what you're supposed to do. And if that's how much it's costing for him to go to those appointments, we're going to see how many times that Christopher Hips is able to get on there and pay that amount that you're talking about he has to pay. You're full of it. We're going to see how this goes. We're going to see if he has his helmet next week, like she says he's going to have his helmet next week. We're going to see if she's going to take that baby to get his head reshaped like she's supposed to. We're going to see if she actually does those exercises so his neck won't be so tight as if to where he can't turn his neck. We're going to see all of these things, because she got on her dry begging for a tripod, a stroller, a bouncer, and talking about this damn helmet that was not covered by the insurance, as if like that's somebody's problem. Like, that's not her and Chris's problem. That's you and his father's problem. So if that baby needs a helmet, you better make sure he gets it, and it needs to be reshaped every week. Then you better make sure he goes and get his helmet reshaped every week, because that's the only way that that's going to help him, is if you do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. It can't be, oh, well, we're going to do it this week and then we're going to wait 2 more weeks to get the other one done. No, it has to be done like it's supposed to. So then therefore his head can be reshaped in a timely manner like it's supposed to within the 6 months he's supposed to wear it. He gets no kudos. Then you want to talk about, oh, well, I think he deserves to have his sleep because he works 2 jobs. So you don't think that you deserve anything. That you think that he deserves it all and you don't deserve shit. That's why you don't get nothing from him. That's why he's not helping you. And then another thing, you said that you pulled Kaylin out of school. What you pulled Kaylin out of school for? It wasn't that because you was concerned or you was scared because of what has happened in that other part of Texas. It's because you needed a helping hand with those kids. So therefore you went and got your oldest daughter out of school so that she can help you with those twins, because you don't want to be bothered with them. Let's just be very clear. You needed your oldest kids to be at home with you. That's why they weren't at school. Because other than that, why was they not at school? She wasn't sick. It was no situation like that. So why did you have to check her out of school? Because you wanted her to help you tend to those kids that you don't want to tend to. That you're so overwhelmed, you're so drained, you're so this and you're so that. But you rather hit the live button instead of fixing your kids something to eat and make sure they're fed first. And nobody sees anything wrong with that. Oh, guys, we woke up late. Well, you should have got your ass up and fixed them something to eat so they wouldn't have been hungry. They wouldn't have been running back and forth in that kitchen, bothering you while you on live, talking about what you trying to teach them as far as if something was to happen at their school, as if like that's not already in place for them to learn whatever they need to do. They have procedures and protocols that they have to follow, and it's not nothing that you putting off in your kids' head. If anything, you gonna have your kids panicking to the point to where they may do something that they're not supposed to do and end up having them in the line of fire because you sit there talking about how you trying to tell them how they need to respond in something that you never had to go, that you never experienced. How about you, like I said, sit down and teach them how to express themselves? How about you go and get them enrolled off into speech therapy so that they won't be having trouble with struggling, communicating with people? People will be able to understand them better. With them being 9 and 6 years old, talking like they're Aiden and Ava, makes no sense to me. But it makes all the sense to you because you are the one that feels like you're able to understand them. So it's okay and it's all right and it's not. Then talking about the legendary is going to start walking late because of his weight. Girl, he's not even that damn big. It's the excuses for me. It's the piss poor parenting for me. Seriously. Y'all need to pray for this girl because this girl is an idiot. It doesn't make no sense how she operates. But yet she thinks this is for entertainment, I guess, for her. She thinks that this is something that she should keep uploading and something that she keep going live doing, as if nothing's going to happen to her. Her kids being locked up in a room with flashing lights, and then the oldest daughter holding them off in the room as if like they're hostages. Maya's having to be responsible for twins that's just 2 years younger than her, and she's just 6 years old. And then you pushing their social medias, all talking about their Instagrams and shit like that, but yet you let them know that social media is such a bad place because there's bad people on here that always coming for you and always talking about them so bad, but yet you want to announce the fact that your 9-year-old, your 6-year-old, and your 4-year-olds have a damn Instagram. Make that make sense.